All right, Coach, 2021 schedule is here. The NFL went bigger this year, 17 games. What are your thoughts on the expansion?
Well, I think it's still the same number of games. You're playing, the same amount. You just subtract the preseason, add a regular season. So it'll be something new. The exciting thing for the Chargers is we get to play at SoFi in front of our fans. So I think that's going to be the thing that we're all looking forward to.
You knew the opponents, you knew where you would be playing, but now you know the when. As a first-time head coach, what is it like looking at the schedule from that perspective?
I think as a first-time head coach, the first thing you see is the preseason games, because that's what happens first. And then you just know how much is going to happen between now and that first game, how much rosters change, and there's so much that can happen. So, from a travel logistics standpoint, you're kind of looking, okay, where are the road games? Okay, we're a West Coast team. Where do you have to travel? Starting to plan those things with your sports performance staff about how you're going to kind of organize practice during training camp, stuff like that. But when I see the schedule, it's just excitement, and you know that there's a definite schedule, something that you can look forward to. And like I said, I think, today is about the fans, something to look forward to.
3 primetime games for this Chargers team, all at SoFi. How exciting is that?
I think anytime you're playing at night, it's a good thing. That means that you're doing something right, and hopefully there'll be a lot more of those primetime slots. Hopefully we can earn that opportunity to be flexed, later on in the season. Other places I've been, those environments are why you do it. You play in those big-time games in front of the entire world. That's what you're after, and certainly I think it's a good start for us having 3 games at home that the whole world can see.
You mentioned the fans. Let's talk about that environment. What kind of environment are you expecting during those SoFi home games?
Well, I think this is one of the great spectacles in all sports. I think it was meant to host Super Bowls, Olympics, and for that to be our home field, to play in LA, one of the great sports cities in the world. I just think it's going to be one of these premium venues that everyone's looking forward to. And I think that the fan experience there before the game, I think it's just going to create just a special day for a fan, and I'm excited to see a bunch of Chargers fans this fall.
You talk about that excitement, but how good does it feel to get fans back into the stands?
Well, we were at that season ticket event a few weeks back, and it was palpable. It felt like game day. It felt like maybe a pregame environment. There was kind of a buzz, that energy, and this game's better with fans, and I think that as competitors, we feed off the fans, and so, really looking forward to it.
You talk about some of the things that you look for when the schedule first comes out. Do you pay attention to where the bye is at all?
Yeah, I think that's a component in it for sure. I think in 2018 when I was in Chicago, we had a really early bye. And I think, again, how you organize your practices really matters. So, we have that bye, I think, week 7, right kind of towards the middle, which is, ideally where you'd want it. I definitely think it plays a factor more from just a management standpoint for your team, but, I think that we got a good slot this year.
This team goes on the road back-to-back just once this whole season, weeks 12 and 13, but what are your thoughts on just how the pacing of this schedule laid out?
Well, I think that if you look at historically at the NFL, you have to play well on the road in order to become a good team. So regardless of when those games are, that's something that we're going to take a lot of pride in, is being able to go on the road and be successful. So the fact that it's balanced, that's a good thing. I think that's what you're hoping for, but we're looking forward to that.
And then lastly, preseason season just a few months away, but just how much more real does it feel right now?
When these players get here in phase 3, we get our rookies here tomorrow in person. And that's when the real coaching takes place. And I think that there's been kind of this build-up, and now that it actually gets to express itself, I think that you're going to see just this great ending to the springtime, which is going to lead to, even more excitement for training camp. And I think that that's what's going to be great for our fans, is to kind of see this thing come to life. And the schedule release is certainly a big part of that.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.